Welcome back to the show. This is BrenNXT. I am Bren. Let's get into this week's NXT. Hectic opening with everyone dragging out of poor old Robert Stone. After Regal saying he'll put an award in for a permanent position as GM, things will probably get a bit crazy for him going forward. Shiloh Hill was there and he requested to come out first in the gauntlet match, which we will talk about very, very soon. Tatum Paxley was there, also asking about her stolen title by Blake Monroe last week. And if you didn't see it, go back. It's deadly. The refs were pulling him in another direction. God love him. And anyways, look, NXT opened with Fatal Influence, Fallon Henley and Lainey Reid with JC Jane versus Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. The winners by submission, Ren Sinclair and Kendall Gray. Kendall Gray winning the match clean was a good way to go. She did speak after the match saying she was going after the women's title, only to be interrupted by Lola Voice, who said she wants to be the first Cuban American NXT Women's Champion. This was wrapped up by Robert Stone coming in, making the match for next week in New York. And the winner will go on to face JC Jane for the NXT Women's title at NXT Stand and Deliver. I personally would love to see Kendall Gray win this and then go off and beat JC for the title. We will see what happens and how that goes. Now, Sol Ruka and Zarya segment. I've loved this story. I've loved the build to this story. They are no longer besties. The fan reaction for Zarya was really good for this as well. It's worth checking out. Bit surprising because she's in the baddie role. My call is that Zarya will beat Sol Ruka, and then I hope Sol Ruka then goes to the main roster. That makes sense to me. On to Thea Hale versus Kalani Jordan. The winner by pinfall was Kalani Jordan. This was mad short. It was like as in speed championship kind of short. 2.5 minutes, maybe 3. I'd have liked a bit more of a competitive match, if I'm honest. I wasn't mad on how short it was, but in saying that, Kalani looked really, really good. She jumped Thea after the match and started battering her, but then Jada Parker came out, made the save, hit the suplex on Jordan. So Jada Parker versus Kalani Jordan, I think I'm on board with that. We'll see how that plays out. It was very, very cool. The North American Championship #1 contender gauntlet elimination match. Now, like I said earlier on, Shyla Hill started and Jackson Drake as well. Dion Lennox was the third man in. Charlie Dempsey was in after that. And the last man was Johnny Gargano, which I did not see coming. And either did he by the looks of things, because Candice LeRae came out and encouraged them to go in for it. The fans went mental for Johnny G. Anyways, after everyone else was eliminated, Johnny G did pin Shiloh Hill to become the next challenger for the North American NXT North American Championship. I don't like this Johnny G story, but I do like Johnny G, so I hope it ends with him beating Bourne. Maybe he does beat Bourne, but maybe we'll see the end of it then, and I hope that's the case. So OTM's Nima and Price were then interviewed by Sarah Schreiber. Nima said that Dark State made it personal. Nima then said that next week would be a 6-man tag. Price said that they had somebody, and that somebody turned out to be the TNA World Champion Mike Santana, who did a tape promo. Said you'll see them next week. Mike Santana with OTM, amazing. I can't wait for this. I loved how they done this, and it's pretty cool to see that. Los Americanos, Rayo and Bravo versus Culling, Sean Spears and Nico Vance. The winners, of course, were Los Americanos, Rayo and Bravo. This was the loaded headbutt mask kind of situation onto Spears, and that got the win. The Americanos gimmick is kind of pigeonholing really, really talented single wrestlers, in my opinion, so that needs to go. Blake Monroe was then shown on screen now in a bathtub with the North American title beside her. A knock on the door hotel revealed Tatum Paxley. Luckily for Blake, there was a lock chain there, but she still grabbed Blake by the hair and announced she will see Blake next week to take that title back. The drama. It's deadly though. I really like it. Main event now, Tony D'Angelo versus Ricky Saints with Ethan Page. Winner by DQ was Tony D'Angelo. This was an obvious setup to what was announced next, which was Robert Stone announcing that at NXT Stand and Deliver will be Joe Henry defending the NXT title against Page, Saints, and D'Angelo. We kind of seen this coming, so we knew this was happening. The contract signing will take place on NXT next week in New York. The match itself was good, but predictable in my opinion. With that said, another solid episode of NXT. Let us know what you think in the comments, and as always, drop a like on the video. And more importantly, subscribe to the channel for all your wrestling and all your football content. Thanks a million for watching BrenNXT this week. I'll see you on the next show. And yeah, thanks for watching. All the best.